Stellantis has just said they're not convinced that electric cars are the way of the future. They're investing in hydrogen. Yeah. This is a crazy one. I'm really surprised to hear this. I thought everyone had pretty much moved on aside from Toyota, maybe BMW. Stellantis though? Wow. Hello my friends, welcome to the channel. I'm the Electric Viking, great to see you. I'm actually coming to you from Newcastle in Australia. I'm up here with my boys and my family. Well, we just went to the pool today. My son Jack, he's just turned 9 and he did, I think he swam 8 laps of the pool, 50-meter pool today. That was really fun to see. He's really coming a long way. He's going to do a little triathlon in about 4 weeks' time. So I'm trying to help him prepare for his triathlon so that he can get through his 100-meter swim leg, which is in the ocean. So it's a bit harder to swim in the ocean. First time I did my first triathlon, I bombed out. I think I came 62nd out of 69 people in the swim leg. But of course, after training over the course of the year, I came 7th in my final triathlon in the swim. That was great. Really, really satisfying feeling. If you've ever done something like this that challenges you, it's really satisfying to do it. So I highly recommend it for any of you, got kids, or even yourself. It's never too late to do something like that. Stellantis think it's never too late to get into hydrogen. Now, bizarrely, they've never really been talked about much in the hydrogen field. But they've just admitted that they believe that maybe EVs are not the future. Maybe hydrogen could be the thing. Yeah, interesting. So Stellantis are now intending to invest in hydrogen technology. In fact, they're not just intending to, they have just invested. Stellantis just announced its intention to invest in Symbio, a company specializing in hydrogen-powered mobility. Stellantis will join existing shareholders Faurecia and Michelin. Symbio's technical roadmap perfectly matches with Stellantis' hydrogen rollout plans in Europe and in the US, said Stellantis CEO Carlos Tavares. This move will foster the speed of development to bring low-emission products to our customers beyond traditional electric vehicles. So now electric vehicles, according to Stellantis' CEO Carlos Tavares, are traditional. Yeah, I haven't heard anyone call them that. Anyhow, and the crazy thing is, right, this is coming at a time when Tesla released the Semi. Yeah, I mean, companies are saying, well, maybe hydrogen will have a use in semis, maybe in big trucking. And I've heard a lot of you say that. A lot of people still believe that's true. I don't. I've changed my mind on that within the last year. But Tesla released the Semi. It has 500 miles of range. Let's say loaded, it's got, say, 400 miles of range. That's a lot of range. All you need is another 4 or 5 years of development, and you're going to see the Semi's going to have 600 plus miles of range. That's more than enough for long haul routes, especially when you have 1 megawatt charging. Stellantis comes along and says, oh, that's too hard. Let's just invest in a hydrogen company and hope that that actually works for us. That's what I think this is, a hope and a prayer. But let me know what you think. Here's the details. Stellantis has shown a willingness to introduce fully electric and hybrid vehicles. The Jeep Wrangler 4xe is evidence of that, but it is also not throwing all its eggs in one basket, it says. Too dangerous. EVs? Not so sure. Like Toyota, Stellantis is not convinced that battery electric vehicles are the planet's only solution for cleaner mobility. As a conglomerate, CarBuzz says that Stellantis will be able to pass on any benefits from this investment to a multitude of brands, a strategy that has already begun to pay off in the relatively short time since Stellantis was formed last year. The other stakeholders in Symbio are similarly optimistic about the potential rewards this cooperative deal may reap for them. They say, Michelin is convinced that hydrogen fuel cell technology will make an effective contribution to decarbonising mobility and even beyond, said Michelin CEO Florent Menegaux, adding that the arrival of Stellantis in Symbio's capital would reinforce this conviction and would catalyse the tremendous industrial momentum we have built with Faurecia. If all goes well with regulatory approvals and other closing conditions, the transaction is expected to be closed in the first semester of 2023, whatever that means, which means that it will be a long time before any of Symbio's influence is felt on publicly available vehicles. Still, it's interesting to see that more and more automotive giants are considering other clean alternatives to electric vehicles. Well, that's what Car Buzz says anyway. Now, I don't agree with that. I think more and more automotive giants are realizing that it's not the future. They're accepting the fact that, well, like Mercedes, for example, have accepted it, hydrogen is really completely unnecessary. It's sort of like saying, yes, let's keep some of the fossil fuel industry. Let's keep oil and gas. Let's have BP, Shell, these big guys continue to control our lives. I think that's a ridiculous idea. Anyhow, now interestingly, Carbuzz says that Toyota, BMW, Honda, Volkswagen, and others are developing hydrogen-powered vehicles and have been working on projects in this area for some time. Now, I don't think that's really true. I believe Volkswagen's moved on and said, no, we don't think that's the future. Honda, BMW, and Toyota, well, BMW and Honda have sort of said, let's put it back on the back burner. We'll put a little bit in, but not too much. Toyota, though, they're still going all in on hydrogen, as you can see in their investments in China, which, to be honest, I don't think are working at all, but they're saying that they will at some point in the future. Who knows when? The truth is, manufacturers have been working on hydrogen-powered vehicles now since the 1960s. Not a lot has happened. I mean, yes, the technology has improved, but in terms of adoption, if anything, it's decreasing. Look at the sales of hydrogen-powered vehicles in the US. They're collapsing. Hydrogen-powered vehicles in the US are basically dead. They're so small now, the sales of them, that you could essentially call them extinct. Pretty close. Personally, I think this is a ridiculous decision from Stellantis. I think they need to go all in on EVs, not waste time, money, and just investment in various ways into a technology which we all know is not going to work. That much is clear. Nobody actually wants hydrogen-powered vehicles. Nobody wants to have to be held captive by hydrogen companies who make the fuel. Why not just charge it yourself? Use solar panels, use batteries, use wind, use electricity. It's the solution. Stellantis, what are you doing? Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.